We have some more updates in the Gabrielle Terrelon case. Now, Gabby is still missing. She's a 10-year-old girl out of Florida. If you look on my account, you'll see previous videos that I did that are going to provide more context into this case, how long she's been missing, and some areas to look in. Specifically, if you know anybody in the unhoused community in Florida, in the Margate area, Orlando, there was multiple places that Gabby could potentially be that she was last seen in. Now, Gabby's mother, Passha Davis, who she was last seen with, was in court this week regarding an update on the court-ordered mental health evaluation, and I will play that video of her court appearance at the end of these updates. Now, Passha is 34 years old and the mother to Gabby Terrelong. She was arrested on November 4th for a charge of child neglect without great bodily harm by the Margate police. And this is because they discovered after a shoplifting arrest that they didn't know where her daughter was. The last known sighting of the pair together is that they came off of a Greyhound bus in the Florida Mall in Orlando on June 30th. And the search has intensified in Central Florida area. The reward has now increased to $10,000 for finding Gabby. When Passha walked into the courtroom this week, she noticed that the cameras were there, and upon realizing that, decided to put up an obscene gesture so that they maybe could not film her. However, they did, and again, that video will be at the end of this. So a judge told Davis that people had concerns about her mental health. Quote, "Various parties have some concerns of how you're doing from a mental health standpoint. I am the mental health judge for Broward County," the judge said. "So you have already had a court order that you're getting an evaluation, which has occurred. We're just waiting for the written report." Now, Davis has been previously Baker acted, and she had been living on the street with her daughter, Gabby, who is shown above. Davis replied to the judge by saying, quote, "Everything went well. I'll wait for the result. If I need to, that's pretty much it." The judge replied by saying, "And we'll bring you back next Thursday." Davis replies by saying, "That's quite some time. Okay." The judge replies, "You're not being found incompetent at this point. You're not even being confirmed to have any mental health issues, but we have to address the concerns." Passha has remained uncooperative with police and prosecutors, and she has refused to answer any questions about her daughter, her whereabouts, or what may have happened to her. When she was interviewed in jail by law enforcement on October 31st, she claimed that she turned her child over to her father, Gordon Terrelong, and hours later she was released on bond, but rearrested because they found out that there was no evidence supporting her claim that she ever turned her child over to the child's father. Now, speaking of Gabby's father, Gordon Terrelong, he actually went to the jail on Thanksgiving Day to confront Passha to see if he could get any answers about their missing daughter. Gordon says that he was thinking he could get Davis, who is Gabby's mother, to feel some emotion and understand the gravity of the situation. Quote, "I was hoping that maybe, she would care, that, she's out there and everyone's worried, Terrelong said. She was last seen again with Davis in Orlando last June. In his quest to find his daughter, Gordon is convinced that Davis knows where she is. He also stated, quote, "Well, I went there to try to get answers because, I don't really understand the holidays right now because things are not right," Terrelong said. "It actually ruined the day for me, to be honest. It was, terrible." Davis did not reveal any information that may be a clue as to where Gabby might be. Quote, "She showed emotion. She showed anger," Terrelong said. Terrelong was angry too. He said he was furious when he left the jail after his visit. Quote, "My anger is not going to solve anything," he said, adding that he had modest goals for his visit. Quote, "Hoping for me to find some truth. I just want to find something, anything." Terrelong stated that he's wondering why Davis, who he says has always been overprotective of Gabby, is just shrugging off her disappearance. Quote, "I don't know how she's not worried by her being in a dangerous situation and not saying anything. That wouldn't make sense to me, and it still doesn't. But we live in a crazy world. Who knows?" Terrelong said. He says that Passha is sticking to her version of events, telling him she gave Gabby back to him in July, and Terrelong said she told him he should be in jail, not her. Margate Police, the FBI, and police in Orlando are currently investigating this case. They gave Gordon Terrelong a polygraph exam, and so far it's been said that he is telling the truth from his side of things. So that is the update that we have as of now. Again, Gabby is still missing. Please make sure that you are looking for the little girl shown above. And if you've seen her, if you have any information, if you have traveled via Greyhound bus or the Flux bus in Florida, that was a mode that Passha and Gabby traveled often in months probably leading up to about June. That would be great insight. I'll keep you updated on this case and many more. Make sure you're giving us a like, follow, reposting, and I'll see you in the next.
A woman at the center of a missing child case walked into court today, and then Passha Davis made an obscene gesture when she noticed the TV camera.
Various parties have some concerns on how you're doing from a mental health standpoint. I am the mental health court judge in Broward County.
She's probably angry because she probably knows more than what we know. Hopefully she knows something, because at this point, we don't have a clue what happened to my daughter.
So we have already had a court order that you're getting an evaluation, which has occurred. We're just waiting for the written report.
Everything went well, so I'll wait for the result if you need to. That's pretty much it.
And we'll bring you back next Thursday.
That's quite some time, but okay.
Do me a favor, what's your name, man?
I don't think it's fair I give up my name.
The court appearance today stems from this arrest by Margate police when she was suspected of shoplifting but charged with resisting arrest. Davis has been uncooperative with police and prosecutors, refusing to answer any questions about her daughter, Gabby, about the girl's whereabouts or what may have happened to her.
Want to believe she knows where her location is and she's fine. That's what I'm choosing to believe right now. So
Gabby's father, Gordon Terrelong, told us that a year ago, Davis was Baker-acted, deemed a threat to herself or others.
And I was with Gabby last Thanksgiving, and Gabby was really sad that she couldn't be with her mother on Thanksgiving. Everyone's giving me hope. I'm the only one doubtful, only because something ain't right.
So Terrelong told us today that police keep telling him to keep the faith, but he's been fearing the worst, he says, since he hasn't seen his daughter in so many months. Now, all of the police agencies involved, from the FBI to Margate Police to the authorities up in Central Florida, all of them believe that Davis knows a lot more than what she's saying. We're live in Fort Lauderdale at the courthouse. Ari Otzer, NBC 6 News.